The way you appear in a social gathering, the way you meet people in public defines what you think about yourself, defines what do you think about your confidence in yourself. In today's video, I'm going to suggest you 5 most important social skills that will help you in socializing with people, in developing more deeper connections with people while you are at any social gathering. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing great. I hope you all are healthy and safe. My name is Maitri Shah. I'm a content writer, content creator and a mindset consultant. I help people with defining their life goals and building a strong and a focused mindset. Now today we are going to talk about social skills. And before I talk everything about it, let me first ask you, do you feel that whenever you are at a social gathering, may it be a family function or a professional event or a school event or any other kind of social event, do you feel that you get tensed to be in public? Do you feel that your social skills are not that high? Do you feel that while you have to network with someone who is complete stranger to you, your hands start shivering or you feel underconfident? If the answer to any of these questions is yes, then this video is definitely for you. In today's video, I'm going to suggest you 5 most important points that will not only help you in building social skills, but that will also bring confidence within you. Before I suggest you those 5 important points, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get notification whenever I post more videos. And also if you like my content, then please do like, comment and share. That gives me the real motivation to create more content for you. First of all, it is very natural to have that kind of nervousness, because when we are meeting a stranger or when we are at any other social event where there might be many people known or unknown, we start overthinking about what they will think about us, the way we should appear. We start, exaggerating about ourselves. We start thinking and we start creating stories in our mind which in reality might not even exist. This is all natural human process, but there is definitely a way out of it. There is definitely a way out to be a social person, to have those social skills. So now let's get started. My very first suggestion is that when you enter into the event or whenever you are talking with someone, develop an eye-to-eye contact with them. This is going to be the base of your conversation with that person. This is going to make the other person feel that you are with them, you are giving them all your ears and all your attention, and that will make the other person feel so important. Some people do have the habit of looking here and there, waving at 10 kinds of different people or using their mobile constantly when they are having a conversation. This is a complete no-no. You are not allowed to do that, because that is also going to hamper the personality that you are going to develop in front of them, in front of their eyes. And you don't want to create the first false or wrong impression in their mind about you. And instead, if you start looking at them in their eyes, like, I'm not saying that you have to stare them completely, no, you don't have to do that, but you can blink here and there, you can see a little bit here and there, but then you have to make sure that you're present in that conversation. And this quality, this characteristic, this trait of yours will not only develop a healthy conversation with them, but it will also help you in being confident about yourself. Try this out next time whenever you are at any public event, at a party, at a celebration or in a meeting. Try this and see how it works for you. My second suggestion, which I feel is so important, not just in developing social skills in gatherings or public events, but also in your personal life, is that be a good listener. People love you when they know that you are listening to them completely. Of course, it happens that when two people are communicating, if there is a kind of disapproval, disagreement or a fight going on, then we get that natural tendency to interrupt in between. And when we try to interrupt in between, that breaks the morale of the other people, that makes them feel that you are not even ready to hear the entire side of their story. So the very crucial quality is that you should never interrupt when the other person is saying. let them finish their entire thing, and then you can put down your points. It is not always necessary to stop them and show your ego by getting on them and telling them that what, this is wrong, whatever you're saying is not right according to me. You don't have to do that. Instead, you have to wait for that person to complete the entire story. Even if it is a very positive talk, if it is an interesting talk, still you should always let them complete. You can, of course, while they are saying nod in approval, yeah, yes, you can do something like that, I agree, something like that. You can use those words, but then you don't have to start speaking your thing. You have to wait for the other person to complete. This will create a very long lasting impact in their mind that you are a person who is a very good and an active listener, a person who has that tendency to listen to the other person actively. Creates a long lasting impression on the other person's mind. You might not realize this, you might not agree to it, but this is very true. This has been written in so many books that being a good listener is one of the top most quality that a person can possess. My third suggestion is that be curious. Ask them about themselves. As humans, we always want to talk about ourselves. We want to tell them about our achievements, about our life, about what is going on, about where do we see ourselves in 5 to 10 years. We have the tendency of speaking just about ourselves. We are possessive about ourselves. We are self-possessed a lot, and it is also natural. But instead, when you are next time at any event, try asking them about them. This will create such an interesting conversation, because when the other person realizes that you are interested to know about them, that you are not showing off your ego by just speaking about yourself, that person will be naturally curious to know about you too. And this will be a very good communication or a conversation that can last for a long time. You don't have to think about what to say next. You don't have to think about what kind of conversation should we do next. Instead, when you start asking them about their life, their career, their profession, or whatever you want to know about them, when you start asking them about that things, the other person will be tempted to tell you about them, because as humans we love when people are interested in ourselves. But when you are at a social gathering, you have to just reverse the thing. You don't have to talk about yourself, you have to ask them about themselves, and then in return they might ask about you, or they might not even, and that's okay. And don't start thinking that the other person might think that you are asking too many questions. Of course, you don't have to go into their personal life, but when you just ask them about their profession and you show that kind of interest, the other person will take you in a positive way. They will not feel that you are being too sarcastic or you are being too much into them. They will not feel that, because you're not going into their personal life, rather you are just asking them about their life in general and professional life and stuff. Try this out next time when you're at any event. Try this. Ask them about themselves, and don't show off your ego or don't show off your pride by saying all about yourself. Don't do that. That's also a big no-no. My fourth suggestion is that show some kind of emotions or hand gestures. Now, this is also a good quality to possess as a person, as a human being. This is a quality that can define your self-confidence. What happens is that when we are in a conversation which might not be interesting to us, we tend to have very pale emotions. We might not even show any kind of emotions. We might be like, That is not a good thing to have. Instead, even if you are nodding like this, and showing that curiosity through your eyes or through your gestures, that really defines that you are present in the conversation. Doesn't matter if the conversation is interesting or not. It's all about developing a social skill of learning to communicate with people, learning to be a social person. It's strange that when we were kids, we used to do all the things, like we used to create tons of hand gestures. We used to play with our eyes with the other person. We used to smile, laugh, or nod in approval or disapproval. But as we start growing up, we become too much conscious about the way we are appearing in any social event, or the way we are appearing when we are having a conversation with the other person. But all we have to do is go back to our roots and start doing the same thing that we used to do as a kid. We don't have to exaggerate a lot, but we have to at least show some kind of hand gestures or some kind of emotions on our face. Just the way in this entire fourth sector, I am using my hand gestures. If you do that, if you show that kind of body movement, you will start feeling confident about your body and about yourself. That has to happen naturally. You don't have to overdo yourself, but even for naturally, you have to push yourself a little bit. You have to start using your hands, you have to do something with your eyes, you have to show that kind of curiosity, like open your eyes, oh wow, interesting, yeah, that sounds so good, do something like this. And then you see that the other person will also feel that okay, you are present there, because whenever you are at any social event or whenever you are trying to be a social person, it's all about being there, present there with the person in the communication. It is an important thing. My fifth and the last suggestion is that handle disagreements very smartly. Now, whenever two people are communicating with each other, having a conversation, if the topic is light or if the topic is little heavy, disagreements are bound to happen. It's not always going to happen that you both as two different individuals will agree on a common point. It's not going to happen, but it's about having that quality of handling the disagreements very smartly and very creatively. What happens is that when you don't agree with the other person, as a human being, the natural tendency is to immediately say that, hey, you know what, I don't agree with you, I don't agree with whatever you said, I think that all your contradictions, all your things contradict, I don't think that whatever you are trying to say is actually feasible in real life. We certainly have the tendency to say all these sentences immediately because our mind is always focusing on, saying words which we shouldn't actually. So now how to handle such disagreements? Whenever they finish speaking, and if at all you feel that okay, whatever they said was not right, then there's a way to cover it up. You can say that, yes, you know what, I know that whatever points you are saying do make sense, but how about we try this entire thing in this way? But how about doing it in a new way? How about you thinking of a new way to figure it out? But what if you don't act in this way and rather you try doing this in this way? So you know how I tried contradicting, like by saying the word but and then adding a question, like giving them just a suggestion, giving them just a way to look at that same thing with a different perspective. As a human being, you might agree that at times it's not so easy to bring things up by saying but and to be still calm and positive. Of course it is hard, but if you want to develop a very good rapport with them, then you have to make sure that you act and behave smartly. Let them finish their entire thing, and then you can say, first you have to make them feel that whatever they said was important, so you are going to approve it. Yes, it's okay to be a little bit manipulative rather than being harsh or rude to them. So you are going to first approve to whatever they said, and then you are going to bring up this idea of but. Try this out next time whenever you are at an event. If at all it works out, that will be wonderful for you. And even if it does not work out, that even if the other person still wants to go with what they told, still that other person will have that image of your suggestions as well. The person might not reciprocate it while they are having a conversation with you, but back in their mind they will still have that thought about what you suggested. And that is a very good spark to have in any communication. You don't want to spoil your entire conversation by saying everything negative about whatever they suggested, or by disagreeing completely. Rather, you want to act smart by throwing a light on the topic with some new ideas and suggestions. This will work wonders for you in any conversation, in personal, professional, in any kind of conversation. This is going to do the magic for you. This will create a long-lasting positive impact of you in their mind. So these were my 5 suggestions. If followed consistently, if thought about following, will definitely help you in developing a good social skill next time whenever you are at any social gathering. I hope that next time when you are at any event or any gathering, you will use these 5 points and you will remember me and you will try to put these points into action. Honestly, this is going to work for you a lot if you believe in it, and if you try to put it in your subconscious mind, if you try to make a note of whatever I told, if you try to think about it and if you try to put it in action, it will definitely work out for you. I hope this video was useful for you. I hope that the topics, the points suggested to you both were definitely something that you wanted to know about. I hope that this brings a sense of wisdom in your mind too. And if this video was useful, if you like the content, then please make sure that you like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment if you think that this video was helpful and interesting. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay safe and be confident about your social skills.